بسم الله الرحمن الرحیم شروع اللہ کے نام سے جو بڑا مہربان نہایت رحم والا ہے۔
Story of Prophet Idris. Who is Prophet Idris alaihissalam? Prophet Idris alaihissalam, known as Enoch in the Bible, is regarded as either the second or third prophet in Islam. There are 25 prophets mentioned by name in the Quran. Some historians and scholars like Ibn Kathir consider Prophet Adam's alaihissalam, third son, Seth, Sheath, as being his successor and carrying on the responsibilities of prophethood. Prophet Idris' image. However, his prophetic status in Islam is not definitively confirmed. The details of his life come from older scriptures that have been distorted and corrupted. In Islamic tradition, it is allowed to read and learn about his story, provided that the lessons drawn do not contradict the teachings of the Quran. Still, we must be careful as it should not be regarded as truths or used on the basis of religious rulings. What we can say about Prophet Idris alaihissalam is that he was the forefather of Prophet Nuh alaihissalam. We are told in two separate verses the qualities Prophet Idris alaihissalam possessed that made his position elevated in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Quran verses that mention Idris alaihissalam.
واذكر في الكتاب إدريس إنه كان صديقا نبيا.
واذكر في الكتاب إدريس إنه كان صديقا نبيا.
English translation. Also mentioned in the book the case of Idris. He was a man of truth and sincerity and a prophet, and we raised him to a lofty station. Quran 19:56-57.
وإسماعيل وإدريس وذا الكفل كل من الصابرين.
Wa Ismaile wa Idrisa wa yan kifer kulum minas sabizen.
English translation. And mention Ishmael and Idris and Tulkifl, all were of the patient. Quran 21 hours 85 minutes. Art of writing image. Prophet Idris alaihissalam was a well-built man with a strong, broad chest and spoke with a low voice. It is also said he was tall and handsome and always showed calmness in his demeanor. Beyond his physical attributes, he was also intellectually curious. He pondered the vastness of the universe that his creator made, from the sky, the earth, the moon, the stars, and the clouds. The tafsir of Mariful Quran mentions Idris alaihissalam as the first man who learned how to write with a pen. He had knowledge of astrology and mathematics and was credited as an inventor of many things. Paragraph separator. Birth and prophethood. He was born during the lifetime of Prophet Adam alaihissalam. It is believed he was from amongst the followers of Sheath and ruled the progeny of Adam alaihissalam following the death of Sheath. Idris alaihissalam was a sincere servant of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Hence, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala chose him as a prophet and messenger and elected him as the ruler over the children of Adam. What began after the death of Sheath is the people of Cain, Cabal, lost guidance, and sin and corruption began increasing rapidly and spreading. Idris alaihissalam could not bear to watch his own people falling prey to the influence of shaitan. First jihad image. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala instructed Prophet Idris to call for jihad, holy war, against the corrupt followers of Cabal. Idris was the first prophet and messenger in the history of Islam to perform jihad against corruption. As commanded by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Idris gathered an army of men and battled in the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala against the transgressors and emerged victorious. Paragraph separator. Prophet Idris alaihissalam, victory over transgressors. From a narration of the people of the book, which is also mentioned by many Quranic commentators, and Allah knows best. One day, Prophet Idris alaihissalam was informed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala of a remarkable promise. He was told that he would receive the rewards of all the good deeds performed by each man until his last breath. This meant he would receive double the reward. Prophet Idris alaihissalam was overjoyed with the news and thanked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala immensely for all his blessings. But Idris alaihissalam was quite old, and he knew death was near. He was not ready to depart from this world as he enjoyed spreading goodness on earth. He had a friend from the angels whom he asked whether he could speak to the angel of death and see if it could be delayed. The angel told him this was a matter with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but that there was no harm in trying. Thus, Idris alaihissalam got on the angel's wing and ascended to heaven. He passed through the first, second, and third heaven. However, upon reaching the fourth level, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded the angel of death to take his life. Prophet Idris met angel of death, and as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala instructed, the angel of death took the soul of Idris in the fourth heaven. This remarkable event of Prophet Idris alaihissalam is confirmed as noted in Sahih Bukhari hadith number 7517 and At-Tirmidhi 3157. When the Prophet Muhammad ascended to the heavens during Isra and Miraj, the night journey, he was greeted by various prophets who came before him. In the first heaven, he met Adam. In the second, Isa and Yahya. In the third, Yusuf. And in the fourth, Idris. May peace be upon them all. This context brings deeper meaning to the verse where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says Idris alaihissalam was elevated to a high station. This elevation refers not only to his moral character and righteousness, but also to his literal ascension, where he was taken up to the fourth heaven. Following the death of Prophet Idris alaihissalam, corruption began to increase rapidly again. Several generations later, with no prophetic guidance, Shaitan succeeded in influencing the children of Adam to commit their first act of shirk, polytheism. Paragraph separator. Teachings of Prophet Idris alaihissalam. Being the one who first wrote with a pen, there are some quotes and sayings that are attributed as being from the teachings of Prophet Idris alaihissalam. And here they are.